The City of Johannesburg has approved an improved debt rehabilitation programme for the city's ratepayers. That programme will include properties valued from around 600,000 to 1.5 million rand. It's set to afford amnesty to property owners whose municipal accounts are in arrears and came into effect on the 1st of May 2021. Residents have until the 31st of July 2021 to apply to be part of the debt rehabilitation programme. Businesses which have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as places of worship and some non-profit organisations, will benefit from those relief measures. The improved programme will see qualifying ratepayers receive immediate relief through a 50% debt write-off, with a further write-off on the outstanding debt over a 3-year period for those who comply with the conditions of that programme. The city is asking ratepayers to keep their current municipal accounts updated by paying on time and paying the agreed amounts, as well as allowing for regular inspection of metered services and the installation of smart meters where required. Now, the MMC for Finance in Johannesburg, Jolidee Matongo, joins me now. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Let's start with what's the rate of compliance by ratepayers in the City of Johannesburg?
Well, the current debt owed to the city at the moment is about 33 billion rand, which is quite substantial. We bill on an average in a month about 1.1 million businesses and residential properties alike. So, but in terms of our collection monthly, for an example, the previous month, the target for collection was 3.7 billion. We collected, the preliminary figures are saying we collected around 3.6 billion. So because of COVID, the customers are also affected negatively. So that's why we are now bringing on board this improved debt rehabilitation program, which seeks to write off 50% of the debt that qualifying customers owe to the city, but also seeks to encourage them to pay on a regular basis the agreed amounts which are due and payable to the city consistently over a 3-year period, and then at the end of the 3-year period, the remainder of the 50% of the debt will be written off.
All right. When this program was announced, there was a thing saying that properties worth around 600,000 to 1.5 million rand qualify for relief. Is there a cap of 1.5 million rand for relief?
Yes, the previous program that was implemented, the phase 1, allowed only customers with a property value cap of 600,000. So if you have a property that was 700,000 up to 1.5 million, you didn't qualify to participate in the first program. Now we're saying we're improving the next program to include all property categories which are valued at not less than 1.5 million rand. So if your property value is 1.4 million or 1.5 million, you qualify as one of the criteria. But the other criteria is that your gross monthly household income should not be more than 22,000 a month. So that's the second criteria. Obviously, the third criteria is that you need to be consistently paying for the rates and taxes. But those who have properties below 1.5 million, who earn a gross monthly income of more than 22,000, we have made also a plan for them up to those who earn up to 50,000 gross income per month. So, but the relief differs. If you earn more than 22,000, between 22,000 and 30,000, you would get, for instance, about 50% discount, write-off of the debt. So it goes as per the categories. But those who strictly have properties below 1.5 million, whose gross monthly income is not more than 22,000, they qualify for 50% of the write-off upfront and the rest of the 50% write-off at the end of the 3 years.
We also know that the impact of COVID-19 and the subsequent lockdowns in South Africa has been devastating on everybody, almost everybody, and small businesses in particular. You've also included them, certain NGO and places of worship in that program.
Indeed, we have included small businesses because we believe they have been also hardest hit, including the faith-based organizations like churches and the mosques and everybody else. We get quite a lot of support through the small businesses who pay religiously their rates. So we are saying small businesses, NGOs, NPOs, including faith-based organizations, also have to participate. But the trick is that your annual turnover should not be more than 3 million per annum.
All right. Can you talk to us about the tangible consequences of not paying rates for the city? How does it affect people who live in Johannesburg?
Well, over 60% of the city's budget is self-generated, meaning that me and you have got to pay for our rates and taxes, and that contributes to us being able to buy water from Rand Water, us being able to buy electricity from Eskom. It contributes to us being able to fix the roads in terms of potholes. It contributes towards the payment of our own staff, like your JMPD officers, who must help us with law enforcement. It helps us with the payment of our staff at the clinics, the nurses. So if you go to the clinic, you find nurses, you find medicine. So if people don't pay in their numbers, their rates and taxes, it means you may rock up at the clinic, you find the nurses there, but the medication might not be there. Then it becomes a serious problem. You may open the tap, the water may not come out of the tap because we may not have the ability to buy water from Rand Water because people would not have paid for their rates and taxes. So that's the devastating effect that it has. But it also has a negative impact on you as an individual household. Because if you do not pay over a three-month period, we then are forced, after communicating with you, we are then forced to send our teams to come and disconnect your electricity or your water. Then you are negatively affected as well.
Mm-hmm. Talk to us about, you've spoken about the large amounts of the deficits that are there and this people not paying for their rates. How, besides programs like this, does the City of Johannesburg try and encourage people to pay their rates? Because if it's a grudge payment or if it's something that people don't want to do, you're not going to get them to pay, and then those services that you described are not going to be paid for.
Well, we do have a number of things that we do as a city because we understand that there is in fact a lot of indigent households. There are interventions there. We've got the expanded social package program, which then allows you, if you apply and qualify, to get some of the services for free as part of the things that the city does. So that we don't then have you as part of the people that are liable to pay. And when you don't pay, you are added to the debtors book that is rising. We also have reintroduced 6 free kiloliters of water for all residential properties across the city. So if you stay alone and you don't consume a lot of water, with the 6 kiloliters of water that you get free of charge from the city, you should be able to save quite a lot of money. But if you use a lot of water, then as you use more, you have to pay more. So we've got a number of programs in place. We do encourage people from time to time through our media and communications department to pay for the services and their rates and taxes to the city.
Thank you very much for your time on SABC News. MMC for Finance Jolidee Matongo joining us there about the Debt Rehabilitation Programme that the City of Johannesburg has approved, that began on the 1st of May and closes on the 31st of July 2021.